Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, TV shows, I don't know, what have you. Of course, it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, obviously I'll be speaking about it. Of course. So I just thought I would again respond to another Christian article discussing Disney, of course. And yes, okay, yes, this would be an excuse to talk about princesses again. It's my channel. I do what I want. Whatever. This specific article is this video, folks, heading to the unknown. So here we go, I guess. I guess more specifically, it has something to do with, of course, Frozen 2, obviously. And this article was posted on this site called Think Christian. Because I guess you're supposed to be thinking Christian like?
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, about that. I'm not the one to be bossed around like that, okay? Anyway. So, okay, this was written by this individual, this woman of faith, as she would call herself, I guess. But anyway, yeah, she wants to talk about how the song Into the Unknown is somehow related to the Bible. So, yeah, it's with one of these Christians, again, thinking that this story, this music and everything, was inspired by the Bible. I don't see how, but okay. And of course, she's going to explain herself. I thought it would make much of a difference because it's not making any sense, really. So, okay, here it is, I guess. In the beginning of Frozen 2, finds Elsa and Anna living happily ever after, I guess. Well, not really, didn't start immediately after, really, because the film, Frozen 2, starts off when they were as kids to explain away the whole Enchanted Forest thing. So, again, yes, the article got that wrong. So anyway, we see that, of course, we see the parents, of course, explaining so many things. Yes, Queen Elsa has made peace with her magical powers, obviously. They're after the fact, but okay. And she has her sister enjoying the close relationship they always wanted. Well, technically, Queen Elsa didn't want it at first. If anyone really wanted it, it was Anna, but okay. But anyway, the article goes on to say that something really nags at Queen Elsa, a feeling that she's not quite where she belongs. Okay, that's true. That's actually kind of right, actually. Then there's this strange voice that's calls off beyond the borders of Arendelle. At first, like the article would suggest, yes, of course, Queen Elsa didn't want to follow this voice, well, this voice is. She argues with this call, singing, and of course, the lyrics will be posted here in the article, folks. And she's using this segment of the film where the thing is that the longer that Elsa hears this call, the more it awakens her desire to venture beyond the familiar and finds her true place in the world. Okay, that's really vague, but okay. Anyway, this article goes on to say that, of course, like I was saying, it was written by this woman who suggests that this is somehow a comparison to the Bible, more specifically in the Old Testament, that there's this individual, of course, and in case you're wondering, it's Abraham that she's referring to. She's referring to Abraham because in the Old Testament, Abraham wasn't quite where he belonged either. His father had moved Abraham and the other members of their family from this one place intended to recollate in the land of this area. But of course, the father halted their journey in this area, of course, in a different area as they were moving along, I guess. And Abraham heard the God's call to go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. So Abraham and his family, of course, and that they were set out to somewhere else, obviously, that was supposed to be intended for God and whatnot, and just they really arrived there instead. So yeah, not that this was a bad place or anything where he was living in at that moment. For Abraham to be in, of course, but it was only a part of the journey. God intended for Abraham to find a different place to be in, the land where he was told he belonged. So, yes, this individual is using Abraham's story to Elsa. So apparently there's a correlation here somehow. Christ almighty, it just seems like you're just really trying to grasp up straws here. And that's what this individual doing. She's really trying to hammer in the idea it was Bible related, more like Abraham. Yeah, she's literally comparing Abraham's journey to what Elsa had done in Frozen 2. Apparently, they're like pretty much identical. Allegedly, according to this one lady, it's basically the same story. So, like, they're literally the same story, despite the fact that of their genders, despite that they're saying the story apparently. Yes, of course, the article just goes on to say that, yes, ruling era though isn't exactly a bad situation for Elsa. Obviously, it's not like how Abraham was living in a place that was actually not too bad for him either. But still, their current situation, the current the places, I should say, they were living in, but their journey is not complete. Deciding to follow the strange voice, Elsa, Anna, and the others who travel this mysterious enchanted forest, despite some initial missteps. They have to be able. They will be able to make peace with the indigenous people, of course, on there. Again, how is it that the author of this article is trying to glance over a lot of detail, which they did, which she definitely did, but then trying to be specific at the same time. That doesn't make any sense. Of course, missing the fact that one of their grandparents, I should say, was racist. That was that was glassed over, of course, and the fact that how there's a stark contrast in the film that Elsa's powers might be too dangerous, but now in the second movie there may not be enough. There was that going on, so we're trying to create an element of suspense, in some ways. So anyway, once Abraham settled down in the place, of course, many situations seemed to go his way too, like Elsa. Once she reached the enchanted place, it went according to plan, which it technically didn't. But of course, there was the elements, the wind spirit or whatever, didn't really get along with Elsa like at all. So again, this entire thing is really vague. Is what I'm getting at. That's all this is trying to do. Is really compare the two. So he was definitely wealthy, successful in war. Abraham, I mean, and blessed by a priest of God. Beyond that, God promised that he would give him the land to Abraham and his descendants. And of course, since Abraham and his wife had no children, God will pretty much promise that he will bless them with a son. And God then changed Adam's name to Abraham or whatever. I don't get it. It just seems really confusing. Like there was a name change for this individual, and of course to turn this into a great nation. So none of this actually happened in Frozen 2. So are you trying to say what happened to his journey is the same thing as of Queen Elsa? I mean, of course, things got rather hectic, obviously, for Queen Elsa, so it's not exactly an easy trip, really, like at all. So, yes, the sequel pretty much had the sisters put everything on the line, their lives, the people they cared for, the kingdom, and whatnot, of course. But again, the article has been really vague about a lot of this when you think about it. So, it doesn't quite make sense, like, whatsoever, like, at all. But of course, have to answer to God's call to the unknown. Is there any limits to what he can accomplish through our obedience? So, again, trying to really put two and together, like how Elsa stated that fear is what can't be trusted. Okay, that's true. You shouldn't just go on fear and just go on an emotion. Yeah, that's true. But the thing I don't understand is that yeah, the woman who wrote this article is trying to use Elsa's line, "Fear is what can't be trusted," as a form of to trust God. This is a straight up contradiction. But one of the things that a lot of Christians will often state is that you have to fear God to love Him, which are two extremes anyway, because you can't love what you fear, but you have to fear God to love Him. So that contradicts what the lady's trying to say in this article in a lot of ways. Again, granted, love and fear are not the same thing; they're incompatible. Anyway, that's basically what I'm trying to say here. In its core argument here, Elsa and Abraham are like one the same somehow. But okay, that's really bizarre. I just find it rather odd that a lot of these Christians are looking way too much into something that's not there, is what I'm getting at. Really. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of artwork where I saw the sisters pregnant, and that's never really canon, like whatsoever, like at all, in any of the books or what have you. I mean, yes, there's quite a bit of this was made for whatever reason. I always find it odd that they want these specific characters to be like this. And yes, there were Christians out there that want this to be in a movie for whatever reason. Actually, be connecting the story somehow. Have both of them be pregnant at the same time. I mean, it's not that this hasn't happened in real life. Of course, twin sisters will be pregnant at the same time because sometimes it does happen. But none of this is in any of the stories nor films or whatever. So yeah, when it comes to having offsprings of their own, this never happened. It's like so again. So how's this related to Abraham? Abraham had kids eventually, right? And there's just so many holes in this. There's like so many holes here. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be it. Just I'm done. Just cut the video already. Whatever.